What is Jnana Yoga? That question I'll address. Okay. People have a very, very different ways of understanding spirituality. Jnana Yoga, the path of wisdom, is very straightforward way of realizing truth. Very simple understanding of Jnana Yoga is spirituality is not a mystery. Spirituality is not magic. Okay, spirituality is nothing out of the blue. Spirituality is recognizing what already you know intuitively, getting clarity. It's not something which you don't know. Okay. Spirituality is nothing extraordinary. After reading a lot of spiritual books, we get an idea. To become spiritual, at least I have to go to Himalayas. In my biodata, I have to write, I spent at least 5 years in Himalayas. Or at least I have to have a beard 1 feet long. Some people like him are happy because at least they have 1 inch beard. And women will be unhappy. I can't get enlightened. Or you're being a monk. So we'll develop a lot of vague ideas about spirituality. And we'll get so much of the experience of glamour about spirituality. This happened, that happened, light, sound, and music, dance. You go to a pub or club, you'll get much more loud sound on the music. Okay, it may not be spiritual. Right? So what exactly is spirituality? As per Vedanta, Jnana and Adnana is there in the mind. Jnana and Adnana is in the mind. Ignorance. Spirituality is not a sin. Right? Many religions say you are a sinner. In Sanatana, you don't say sin. You are making error, mistake. That error has to be corrected by right understanding. There is hope for us because if it's error, I can correct. Okay. If I sinner, I can't be corrected. Error, I can correct. Error is there. By right understanding, I can correct my error, make my life proper. Are we clear? So that's why it said, repeat after me, Mana eva karanam manushyanam bandha moksheyo. Bondage and liberation is because of the mind. And mind has ignorance, means wrong understanding. The wrong understanding is correct. That correction process is called Jnana Yoga. So, the Radhika is asking where do you find this sloka? Please just search in the internet. Where this sloka I quoted. Mana eva karanam manushanam bandha mokshayo. Search in the internet. Manusmriti. It comes from Manusmriti. So, there's hope for us because we can correct our wrong understanding and be realized. Realization is not something which is new. Realization, the word realization is real I is there. Real I. Understand? Real I. All of us, we know I. But we don't know real I. I is not a new subject to you. I is always you know. Real I, you know I. But you don't know real I. But you have a sense of real I. All of us, at least one thing which you know is I. We don't know anything else. I is known. But we don't know really, we know falsely. That is the problem in my mind, avidya or ignorance. Okay. So ignorance, if it's ignorance, I can correct it. When I was born, I didn't know English. I was ignorant of English. I learned English. I became knowledgeable English. My ignorance of English disappeared. I didn't know science. I was ignorant of science, Adnana. Then I got knowledge of science. I got Jnana. Knowledge cancelled ignorance. Knowledge only can cancel ignorance. Okay, nothing else can cancel ignorance. So Vedanta teaches us Jnana eva. Only knowledge can help you to realize. Only knowledge. Nahi jnane sadrisham pavitram udyate. Nothing is more purifying than jnana. This is actually Bhagavad Gita. Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitram udyate. Jnana alone can purify. But looking at the stories and read scriptures and then stories of something. Oh, Buddha in Amrita Brindu Upanishad, the mana eva karanam manushanam bandha mokshayoho is written. The complete shloka is mana eva karanam manushana bandha moksha. All your trouble in life is mind. Mind alone is a trouble, right? We think my husband is a trouble, my wife is a trouble, my boss is a trouble, my job is a trouble, okay? Or politics is trouble, economy is trouble. There's no trouble in the world. Everything is your mind only. Oh, this is my enemy. This is my friend. I like my friend. I don't like my enemy. Enemy is not causing you a problem. Your mind is causing you a problem. Mana eva karanam manushanam bandha moksha. Okay. So the mana eva karanam manushanam bandha moksha. Mind has to be repaired. So do you go to a counselor, psychological counselor? He will counsel you. He will try to reorganize what is already in the mind. He is not able to bring something new. He is not helping you to find real eye. He is arranging your eye. Here he is trying to make you interpret your eye in a different way. And that is a problem. Okay? It's like mind is like a garbage can. A garbage can, no matter how you arrange the garbage is garbage only. One of my person whom I know went through a depression because one girl refused him marriage. He goes to the psychiatrist. After a lot of counseling sessions, he comes to a conclusion: my depression is because my parents didn't take care of me at a young age. Now he starts hating parents. He's trying to arrange the mind in a certain way. You are trying to find a problem in a problem domain. Okay. So that is what counseling is all about. Reframing and restructuring. Really, you have to go beyond the mind. Beyond the mind is not somewhere. You know I, but you don't know real I. That's why Amrita Bindu Upanishad says, Mana eva karanam manushana bandha moksha. Mind is a causing problem. What is bandha? Bandha, what causes bandha in the mind? Bandhaya Vishaya Sakatam Mukti Nirvishaya Manasmritam. His mind is Vishaya. Vishaya means objects. Mind focused on objects. Mind taking objects as the reality of life. That is bondage. Mind constantly going to the objects of the world. Objects are called anatma. In your own language, objects are matter. Material world, matter. Mind constantly going to objects. What are the objects for you? Give an example. Money is an object. Then job
my
is an
body,
object.
my mind.
My body is an object. Why is body object for you? Body is object or subject?
Object.
Body is an object because I can see body. I can experience body. Whatever you experience, you are not you.
My mind.
Mind is an object or subject? Mind is an object. Why mind is object? You say, there are thoughts in the mind. That means you know the thoughts in the mind. What you see and what you know, you are not that. Is emotion an object? Emotion is object. Oh, anger is coming. Anger is gone. It's an object. Happiness is there. It's an object. Because unhappiness is there, you know. So these are all objects. What about your friend? What about your friend? Friend is also an object. What about your enemy? It's also an object. What is available to sense organs in the mind is an object. What is subject? The consciousness, awareness. That's I. Are you understanding? So, mukti nirvishayam smatam. Nirvishayam, mind becomes free from vishayam, objects. That is actually mind. You are free from the mind or liberation. Objects can be there. Objects don't affect you. But if your mind is constantly going to object, the mind is disturbed. Right? Having some object does not matter. Seeing some object does not matter. As long as you know object, but don't subjectify that object, you have no problem. The moment you subjectify the object, you have a problem. That's called bandha. So I am the body is a bandha for you, because anything happens to the body, you will suffer. Anything happens to the body, then you say, okay, body has a pain. Fine. I don't have a pain. I am Sakshi. If the mind is going to up and down, you say, mind is going to struggle, but I am fine. I am Sakshi. So I, which is there, is never affected by anything. Now I is getting mixed up with the body, mind, and intellect. So first you have to realize what? Nanu, Nanembudu, Nanalla, Ideha, Manabuddhi, Nanalla, Sachidanandatma, Shivanannane, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not intellect. Body, mind, and intellect becomes an object for you. That's the first step. Then we identify other objects also. Oh, my money, my house, my family, my job, my friend, my enemy. So all are related to body only and mind only. If body and mind itself is anatma, not self, how your friend can be atma? Everything other than your consciousness is object. Our problem is we subjectify that. To understand real I is called Atma Jnana. Now, Atma Jnana is not some magical. Sit in, we read a couple of books, then we'll understand. To get Atma Jnana, I have to go to a forest. I have to sit below a tree, that too Bodhi tree. Then one day I'll get enlightened. Okay, be careful. First of all, you can't find a tree in the modern day world. In your city, you can find, but in our cities, they don't find a tree, only concrete jungle. So there's no hope for enlightenment. No, at least I have to go to Himalayas. In Bangalore, cold itself, you can't withstand. You go to Himalayan cold and you can withstand and get enlightened. Try it. But pack some medicine and all. Or I have to go to ashram. We get a lot of illusions. So Vedanta says, come out of all these illusions. Understand, you have ignorance in the mind. That ignorance has to be removed. That's all is Atma. You have to understand what is Atma, what is Anatma, what is self and not self. What is not self? Don't bother about it. Vairagya means not bother. Not bother. Vairagya doesn't mean I have to run away from it. Presence and absence should not matter to me. If presence matters me or absence matters me, I don't have Vairagya. And presence and absence should not matter to me because that's not I. It's an object. So that's why Viveka means understanding who am I through discrimination. Do you have discrimination, all of you? Do you have discrimination? Discrimination is not a new faculty to be developed. It's not like we learned. Do you have discrimination? How?
What is bad?
You decide. I like is not discrimination. Like and dislike is raga and dvesha. Discrimination is choose. I'll take a cup of coffee or I'll take a cup of tea. Or coffee and tea, presence and absence does not matter me. Making a decision based on whatever possibility. And you do discrimination, apply discrimination everywhere. Should I come to this class or let me enjoy Netflix? No, this fellow is more entertaining than Netflix, so let me listen to the class. So you discriminate it. Right? Discrimination we apply everywhere. But we are not able to apply discrimination about Atma and Anatma, self and non-self. Who am I and who am I not? That discrimination we don't understand because we have not tried it. Nobody has taught us. So Guru teaches discrimination in the form of Viveka. That's called Viveka. Once Viveka is a Vairagya is natural. Why should I bother about something which is not mine? Body, I have to take care. Friends, I have to take care. But I should not be bothered about it. Health, I have to take care. As long as body is there, take care of the health. But I should not be bothered. Tomorrow, health will deteriorate. That's the nature of the body. But it's anatma. Nothing happens to me. So this discrimination, sharp discrimination develops through called Viveka. Entire Vedanta is a process of developing Viveka for you, discrimination for you. So with discrimination, your decisions will become sharper and sharper. Mind will become subtler and subtler. Then you will be able to find real Atma, which is peaceful. And this is entirely a process of jnana. It's not magical process. So it gives us hope. For Atma, then I have to get some God from some heaven has to appear in front of me. Bhakta, what do you want? That's what we are conditioned to believe. All reading a lot of Puranas. Ultimately, I have to sit in Himalayas with standing on one leg or sit or stand in one leg. Do fasting for 10,000 years. Then God will come in front of me, ask me, what do you want? And suddenly you'll forget everything. Give me food because you're not eaten food for one year. So that's not Vedanta. Vedanta is clear understanding. Jnana has to be given. That jnana is called Atma Jnana. Atma Jnana will remove Atma Ajnana. Ignorance removes. You will not gain Atma. Atma means I. What you call as I. There's a false understanding of I. The real I is called Atma Jnana. Real understanding of I is called Atma Jnana. And all this happens in the mind only. Mana eva karanam manushanam bandhamoksham. Then what was mukti nirvishaya mukta smritam? Mind will become free from constant thinking about the objects. Objects can be, what is the first thought comes here for in the morning for you? Anybody can tell me?
Coffee.
Mobile phone, WhatsApp message. Vishayam. So in Sanskrit, it's a beautiful language. Vishayam means object. Visha means poison. Vishayam, objects are the Visha in the mind, poison in the mind. Vishayam is Visha, poison. If you make it subject. If you make it object, this Vishayam is Vishayam, object. So ask yourself, in your whole day, what disturbs you? Can you be frank and tell me what disturbs you? Don't tell the names. Phone disturbs you. Phone is Vishayam. But unfortunately, in the modern day world, we cannot run away from phone. Right? So you have to use phone moderately, set some discipline, so that Vishayam, the object called phone, does not disturb you. What else? Be true, no? I have ability to understand what is going on in your mind. You cannot lie in front of me. You cannot sit blank like what is that? Beans, no? The TV serial, the guy called Beans is there, no? Missed mean. You cannot sit like that. You have to tell me. You have to be frank. And once you tell frankly, that Vishayam will go from your life. Jobs, spouse, right? Money. About Vishayam, you have to understand one thing. Objects will constantly change. No matter how hard you do, it will not be stable. So what is unstable? We want to make it stable. Impossible. It's against nature. That's why you are hurt. That's why you are disturbed. Constantly your thought is how to make Vishayam, the objects, as stable. How can I maintain my health all the time? How much you can maintain? After 40, you will get another pair of eyes. After 60, you'll get all aches. You can do some medicine and all. You can prolong it a little bit. But you cannot make body immortal. Right? So, did you understand? A real I is mixed up with the body, mind, and intellect. Atma is mixed with Anatma. That Anatma is constantly changing, Atma doesn't change. But we want to have Anatma as stable, which is impossible. That is the problem in the mind. That's why you have to separate Atma from Anatma very clearly and understand I am Atma. And this can happen only through Jnana, nothing else. No, I'll sit in the Himalayas and meditate for 1 year or 10 years. How will you get a Jnana? Jnana, some input is required, no? And where is the input? Jnana, any Jnana is input is required. No. I have Jnana of English. Okay. I'll sit in a cave and meditate on English. Sure, Jnana of English will go. Adnana has to be always corrected with Jnana. That's the only way. This is called Jnana Yoga. Adnana has to be removed to Jnana. And what is the means of receiving Jnana? Hearing. Shravana. By listening to Jnana, your Adnana has to be removed. This is called Jnana Yoga. And Adnana removal is called realization. Anybody has a question on Zoom about this?
I have a question, Guruji. So I think I kind of understand. So how to be, if objects in the mind are the problem, how to eliminate the objects from the mind? But
You
mind
don't have
itself is an object.
No, you don't have to eliminate objects in the mind. Okay? Mind is confusing, mixing up object with the subject. Subject is real I is not affected. Object is affected because mind is mixing object with the subject. Atma seems to be disturbed. So that separation happens logically, not physically. The Atma you understand Atma is unchanging. The logical separation is what is taught in Vedanta. Is it clear?
So the mind is disturbed, but I am not the mind.
Mind is disturbed, but I am not the mind. That clarity more and more comes. You are separate from the Vishayam object.
Yes, thank you.
Right. I'll give a further answer. Step by step answer will give, but at this level you understand this much. Right? So, the question you are asked in Zoom, how to be thoughtless, meaning how to not make object to come into my mind. Right? So, the answer is the nature of any object, whether it's money, job, a spouse, friend, relatives, or position, power. What is the nature of object, including the mind, Radhika?
Unstable, it keeps changing.
Unstable and constantly changing. Right? But do you change? Somebody who observes the change is not changing, no?
Yes.
That observe is Atma. So more and more clarity brings, gap is there between Atma and Anatma. The more and more peace is there in our life. Clarity is in the clarity in logical only, mind only. Because mind only is mixing up. Atma is not mixing up anything.
Yeah, beautiful, Guruji.
Right? So you don't have to be thoughtless. Many people say meditation to become thoughtless. You don't want to be thoughtless. You have to understand thoughts are anatma. Anatma cannot disturb Atma because Atma is a higher level reality. Lower level reality cannot disturb higher level reality. That understanding has to be deep. Are we clear?
Yes, thank you, Guruji.
Okay. Anybody else on Zoom has a question? So somebody has answered phone and people and work disturb. Correct? Phone disturbs. People disturb. And work disturbs. Do they disturb you? Phone, people, and work? Nobody can disturb you unless you are ready for disturbance. Nobody can ill treat you unless you accept ill treatment. Again, your mind is the problem. Mind is the game. Phone can disturb me. You say, how can phone disturb you? See, in my office, okay, there are phones of different categories, right? Phone, the phone calls, some calls are emergency. Some phone calls are ordinary, casual. Some phone calls are interactions. In your life of 1 year, how many emergency calls you receive? Please tell me. Emergency calls are zero. But we make every phone call as emergency. Who made that? You only made that. Are you understanding? Real emergency, somebody is in an accident, somebody has this thing, I have to rush. That emergency is rare. But every phone call ringing, you make it as emergency. Do you know what happens to us? What phone has made to us? Have you understanding of really what has happened to you? Any of you? It has messed up with your system. Do you know that? What happens is our body is designed for fight or flight response. Fight or flight. Means body has to respond now. Anything happens. Like imagine an animal, a small tuck sound somewhere, it has to run. So our body nervous system is designed for fight and flight. For that, it releases a hormone which is related to fight and flight in milligram. So anything happening to us, our body thinks it has an emergency. It releases hormones. Your WhatsApp message, ting, ting. Already one hormone is released, stress hormone. Just ting, ting. Stress hormone is released in your body. Okay? The ting is nothing, useless fellow. But the ting, okay, one ting, body is a signal. It releases stress hormone. Understand? One WhatsApp message, the blue tick is not coming. What kind of a person is this? Okay, he is not giving importance to me. Already your stress hormone levels have gone up. That poor fellow must be doing something. Okay, now have you seen this what you call fighting going on in WhatsApp message groups? That's called what is, they call flaming, right? I mean, typically in a political groups will be going on. They use abusive languages in social media. Okay, do you think it's a fun? In really, every abusive words will create a stress in you. The body responds it as a stress hormone. So, how much of time in a day are you releasing stress hormones in your body? Please tell me. Can you please tell me? People on Zoom can just send a message to me. How many hours per day you are releasing stress hormones in your body? You're waiting for stress. When is the phone ring? When the WhatsApp message will ting? You're waiting for creating stress in your life. The phone is not creating stress. Your waiting is creating stress for you. Is that clear for all people on Zoom? Can you give me a number? Just to estimate how many hours you are creating stress for yourself. Mind.
Till we go to bed. Till we go to bed.
The answer given is, in deep sleep, stress is not there. In dreams also, stress is there. Dreams also, oh, phone messages, phone is ringing. Actually, my wife's phone, your midnight keeps on ting, ting, WhatsApp message keeps coming. I get up and switch off that phone. Even dream also, the ting, ting will create stress. Please understand, our nervous system has to receive that.
It's very sensitive.
Any tick sound, it's, see, for us, we are living in a society, right? Animal, one small sound is life and death. The hormone has to be released in the animal body. Your nervous system is designed as an animal body. One small tick sound can create a stress. And in the modern day world, we are waiting for stress. When will the phone ring? When will the message come? When is the political news? What happened in Iran and Iraq war? Or Iran and Israel war? Why are you living? Who created a problem? War is not creating a problem. Phone is not creating a problem. Your waiting is creating a problem for you. So phone is a stress.
I'm the stress for most of them because I don't respond.
Okay. So people have sent a message to me. I don't respond. What do they think of me? That's also stress.
And nowadays, there's everything in the watch.
Oh, nowadays everything in the watch. Watch also gives alarm. Okay. So what has happened to you? Please understand what's happening to you. The phone is an object, Vishayam. The Vishayam is directly plugged into your nervous system in the form of hormones. Vishayam is called Visha in earlier days. The Visha will come once in a while. But you have really wired your phone into your earphone and into your nervous system. It can create Visham. Stress hormone is Visham for you. Then you run to the doctor. What happens if your body is continuously producing stress hormones to you? What happened to your body? So body is saying stress, stress, stress. So they will respond to your heart, blood pressure will go up because stress response is blood pressure. Stress response is headache. Okay. Stress response is diabetes. Stress response is depression. Stress response is cancer. Cancer is stress response. Stress response is rheumatism. Stress response is autoimmune disease. You know what is autoimmune disease? Autoimmune disease is not a disease. We have an immunity system. It's like a policeman guarding the body. Continuous stress is coming in the body. Our autoimmune policemen think that something is wrong with the body. They attack the body. So, why are you creating trouble for yourself with the phone? Please tell me. Now, solution is, I can't give you a solution for you. You have to do the solution. Take the phone and throw it into the ocean. If it is a solution, do it. If you can do it. But you won't do it because you are so addicted to that. You know, other part of the addiction to phone, one is to create stress hormone. Other part of addiction is called phone addiction. You know what is that? One, let us know. I mean, I have told you one stress part of the phone. I'll tell you addiction part of the phone. So, how many people use you people do this? Watch that. What you call us reels, no reels or Instagram. Do you watch Instagram and whatever the reels, right? What you do? You get one picture, immediately scroll to another, immediately scroll to another, immediately scroll to another. And after half an hour, it is, oh, I have spent half an hour already on the phone. Right? You know what happens? All this Instagram and all the social media, they have done a psychological study. They see what can trigger a dopamine in your brain, a joy hormone. And one after the other, they'll get that to you. So that you are addicted to that. Constantly you are addicted to, because they get money from advertisement. And please understand, I'm not telling this thing. They put a brain probe to the brain and measure, once you observe this video, how is brain responding. Then give another video, how is brain responding. Then artificial intelligence machines will learn what you are doing. Then they will keep on giving you what can constantly trigger dopamine in your body. You are not alcoholic addict now. You are dopamine addict. And dopamine addict is purposefully, intentionally done by social media to push their revenue, advertisement. What's happening to you? Either you are addicted to phone, or you are stressed by phone. Now you have to develop good phone habits for yourself. So the question asked is, we cannot switch off the phone now. Okay, life stops now. UPI payments, emergency calls from parents, world made it huge dependent to survive. World has not made anything huge dependent on survival. Please do not blame the world. Do not blame the phone. It's just the instrument. How you relate to that, how you use that, you have to find out. Who is the cause of problem? Not the phone, not the world. Repeat after me. Mana eva karanam manushyana bandhamakshayo. Mind alone is the cause of bondage and liberation. And who has to take care of the mind? Who has to take care of the mind? Mind your mind. Who has to mind your mind? Mind has a lower mind and a higher mind. The lower mind is called manas, higher mind is called buddhi. Okay? So buddhi has to be sharpened. Buddhi has to direct the mind. Buddhi also follows the mind. Then you're gone. That's what happens to you when you're addiction. Somebody sees the alcohol, he'll go in. Buddhi says, no, don't drink alcohol. Mind says, drink alcohol. Buddhi follows the mind. Instagram reels are coming one after the other. Stop it. Mind is getting attracted because dopamine is getting released. Buddhi has to say, stop it. It's not good for you. Is a Buddhi working sharp? The sharpening of Buddhi is called Vedanta. And UPI payment. How often you do UPI payment? You keep on giving UPI money. It's nothing is emergency in life. Do not make every moment of your life emergency. Nothing emergency will happen. Emergencies are very rare. Do not make a phone as an instrument of emergency. If emergency something has to happen, if you don't receive the phone call, somebody else will come and tell you. It's a real emergency. Please understand there are no emergency in mind, life. Do not give so much of importance to phone call. Are we clear? Are you giving? Right now, the situation is such that when I go out, okay, whether wallet is there with me, I don't care. Whether my wife is there with me or I don't care. But my phone has to be there. Phone has become more important in my life. Okay? Just see the anxiety. One moment you miss the phone, what happened to you? You have become so much dependent on Vishayam. Vishayam has become Visha for you, poison for you. Poison in the form of hormones, stress hormones. And sooner or later, how many people are going through diseases in life? And all these diseases are stress hormone related diseases. That's why be careful. Then another thing we said is people cause stress. How people can cause stress to you? Somebody comes and says, you're a donkey. People abuse you. You get angry. Because deep inside, you know you're a donkey and he is called to the truth. You are getting agitated because he called you donkey. Deep inside, you don't feel comfortable with yourself. You're saying, I'm donkey. And he's telling the truth. That's why you're getting angry. If you understand, a donkey has nothing to do with me, why will you get angry? Nobody can abuse you and make you agitated unless you accept it. I'm not telling you through out of theory. People come, I've gone through life where people come and abuse me. They shout at me. I look like this, as if an idiot. Nothing is going into my head. Why they are shouting? For them, it's abuse. For them, it's nothing. No words, just mere words. The words you are giving too much of importance to in life. See, that person told me on that day, you are a donkey. 10 years back. Even today, you remember that person? You remember the donkey? and you get agitated, stress hormones. 10 years you are creating stress hormones in your life. That's called suffering. And one day you will be admitted in Niman's mental hospital because of the donkey he called 10 years back. What kind of life you are leading? You don't become a donkey, you become a mental patient because of this. He called you donkey 10 years back. That person is somewhere. He doesn't even remember what he said. But you remember. Again and again, every day recollect. Morning, first thing you recollect. He called me donkey. Stress hormones. Afternoon, you recollect. Afternoon, evening, you recollect. You see a dog and that person called me donkey. Again, you recollect stress hormones. What is your mind doing? Please tell me. Either about past or about future. Constantly thinking about future. What will happen to me tomorrow? What will happen to me after 1 year? What will happen to me after 5 years? My dear, our life is not guaranteed. Life is means body. Body, there's no guarantee and warranty. At least my washing machine has much warranty. Body has no warranty, no guarantee. Next moment breath comes out, it will may disappear. Why the hell I bother about tomorrow? The moment I worry about tomorrow, again stress hormones are created in body. Then moment stress hormone created, disease is created in my body. Nothing has happened tomorrow. But you don't even know whether you're alive tomorrow. But today you are getting a disease. Can you repeat after me again? Mana eva karanam manushyanam bandha mokshayo. Mind alone is cause of bondage and liberation. So Vedanta is telling this much only. Correct your mind, be peaceful. Is that clear to all? Anybody has a question? And whatever I have said so far? Radhika, Maitreyi.
Yes, I have a question, Guruji. So
Yeah.
this is neti neti, you apply first, but afterwards they say anatma is also atma. So then when a person is not in that final, having attained that full this thing, now they have to include anatma as atma. It becomes very confusing. That's why I wanted to
So
stabilize
first,
the awareness prior to the body mind. Thank you.
so anatma becoming atma, you have to understand very properly. That I'll take it as a. Can you type the question on Zoom so that I'll take it as a separate question? Are we clear?
Yes, Guruji.
Okay. Anybody else any questions on Zoom?
The reads you mentioned, Prabhuji, dopamine increase. Again, the advertise comes. Stress.
Okay.
Stress.
She is telling about reels and stress. Instagram, dopamine increase. I like it. In between advertisement comes, stress increase. Why when this advertisement is going? Your body is a chemical factory. Every moment is producing good hormone or positive. Why not have something peaceful mind? So can we go to next topic? Anybody has a question on this so far?
Guruji,
Yes.
so the phone thing is very clear. When you were talking about people,
Yeah.
You said somebody said donkey, monkey, whatever, and okay, you don't get impacted if affected by it. But then how do you get to that point that every time you are in that equanimous position?
Oh, the question is whether people, phone, or anything in life, how can you maintain equanimity? That question I'll answer only when you are established in yourself fully. Right now, it's disturbing you because your Atma is getting mixed up with the Anatma in subtle way. Your self is getting mixed with the non-self subtle way. Okay, that non-self mixing up, you have to separate out. That separate out, I'll tell you. So there's a question here. Objects are Visha, poison. How to see them as Brahman? Right? It's Adhika asked. Objects have become Atma. How they become Atma? Okay. So I'll answer this question. As I take it as a separate question, can you mark it, note it down somewhere, this question separately, because it will be long answer. So your problem is how to not get affected. You have to get established in yourself. That establishment yourself, I am going to tell you now. So, if there are no questions, Maitri, you have any questions? Sujaya, madam? Ashwini Shanai,
No, Guruji.
anybody has a question?
No, I don't have any question.
Okay, you don't have a problem with the phone itself, or you don't have a phone.
No, Guruji.
Okay. Means Jnana only. Now I'll tell you Paroksha Jnana and Aparoksha Jnana. So the moment people say Jnana, Paroksha Jnana and Aparoksha. Jnana is two types. Jnana is three types. Vishaya